Katawan.
I'm calling all of you. I'm calling all of you.
Now that I have explained why a written language is important, I think it is only fair now that I also give you the principles on which the Mbu Language Committee based its proposed Ngamambo writing system. There are a number of principles, but let me just give you the essential ones. The first is that we opted for simplicity. And what do we mean by simplicity? We wanted a writing system that is not complicated, that does not have complicated rules for the language learner. In this regard, we wanted to avoid the use of diacritic marks. I'm using a linguistic term, diacritic marks. What's a diacritic mark? A diacritic mark is generally a symbol that you write or use above or below a letter to signal that that letter is pronounced differently from the way it is usually pronounced. For those of you who are familiar with French, you must be familiar with the accent aigu, accent grave, cédilla, circonflexe, you name it. In Ngamambo, we have 5 major tones, and these are represented by diacritic marks indicating the tone. We have high tone, mid tone, just a slash across, low tone, rising tone, and a falling tone. Let me just give you a simple example. In Ngamambo, you have the word like sa to George. The diacritic mark, in this case, as I said, is slanting, a slanting tone mark from the right to the left, indicating the high tone. And then you have sa, which means to demolish. So you see, sa to George, sa to demolish. That's tone. That's the difference between a high and a low tone. But the problem is that we of the Mbu Language Committee feel that maybe for now we should not touch the tones, not because they're not important, not because they're not intrinsic to the language, but because they are difficult to understand and require more research. For those who want to learn the language, they need to be of a certain level of education to understand what tones are and to understand how to write them. So we've decided that we'll start by writing our language without any tone marks. Another thing to note is that, in fact, considering the complexity, as I said, of using these diacritic marks on certain letters, we also decided to adopt a simple writing system that for now, as I said, avoids using these marks. One of the main reasons, too, is that although there are computer programs and softwares with these diacritic marks, many computer keyboards today do not have the full range of these important diacritic marks. And so if we try to use them, we will make the learning and writing of Ngamambo more cumbersome, more tedious, because the learner of Ngamambo will first have to learn the combination of computer keys or shortcuts that they need to be able to access the diacritic mark. Of course, this will slow them down. This might even discourage them from learning their language. Folks, another principle underpinning the proposed Ngamambo writing system is predictability. We wanted a system that is predictable. Maybe I should use examples from English and draw parallels with Ngamambo, and then you will understand that better. Let me just refer you to English, which has both k and s, k and s, or what you call k and c. Now, from what you know about English, take the word call, C-A-L-L, to call someone on the phone, to call someone to come give you some help. It is pronounced phonetically. It is pronounced as k or l. K or l, which is call. Mind you, it is pronounced as call with K. K, k or l. But it is written with C. So the K in call, or when it's pronounced, is K, is k. But when it is written, you see that it is written with C. Take the word caught. I caught the thief. I caught him spying on someone. Caught. Again, phonetically, the way it is pronounced, it is k or t. But again, in writing, the English write it with C, not K. And the last one, take bought. I bought a pen. I bought a house. Again, it is pronounced as B or T, which is bought. But look at the way it is written. B-O-U-G-H-T. That O in bought is written as O-U. The O in caught is written as A-U. The O in call is written as A. Hey, complicated, right? It makes it a little bit difficult for the language learner of English to understand this. Because if you ask somebody who did not know English, how do you write bought? Chances are they will say it's B-O-T. They will not come to their mind to tell you it's B-O-U-G-H-T. Now, let me go further. Take again the same caught and the same bought. You'll see that caught, we said, is k or t, ends with T, and bought is b or t, which is B-O-T. Both end in T. But see the way they're spelled. Bought is B-O-U-G-H-T. Caught, the same, C-A-U-G-H-T. So it's not just T. It is G-H-T. This is what we wanted to avoid in Ngamambo. We did not want Ngamambo to be bedeviled by this kind of complexities. We wanted a simple system such that you write the word the way you hear it, the way it is pronounced. That is our simple rule. It is predictable. Once you hear a word, you write it exactly as you hear it. You don't go and look for a GHT where only T would have sufficed. We wanted to write our language very simply. Now, these three examples that I've given you on using call, bought, and caught tell us that in some cases a word may be written exactly as it is pronounced. Take the word papa in English, daddy, papa, mama, or bin. Drop the garbage in the bin. B-I-N is bin. But other words may be written differently. They are not written as pronounced. That's the key thing. And that brings us back to what we meant by language is a convention. In that, in some cases, when you hear the word, you can predict the way you want to write it, but not in all cases, because the writing system, or the way that word is written, may not be directly related to the way the word is pronounced. That's the key message. So as we come up with a proposed Ngamambo writing system, we want you to take this into account. Another thing I would like you to be aware of is that our proposed Ngamambo writing system is based on the acceptance and adoption of the writing system that we're proposing by Ngamambo speakers. Because it serves absolutely no purpose if we propose a writing system that the population doesn't want, that the Ngamambo speakers don't want. So, a writing system is a convention, and that convention must be accepted by the speakers of the language. Now, I'm comforted, the Mbu Language Committee is comforted by the fact that it is made up of 20 fluent and respectable Ngamambo speakers. Men, women, middle-aged adults, and senior citizens. And from different academic and professional backgrounds. We have in our midst linguists, teachers, translators, historians, journalists, lawyers, political scientists, engineers, and even the clergy. We believe that many members of the Mbu community worldwide will likely accept and adopt the writing system that we are proposing on the basis that they have confidence in the members of the Mbu Language Committee.
I'm calling all of you.
I want me one Mambo.
I'm calling all of